Hello guys, welcome to my fourth video of backend development. So this is my fourth video. So you can see that I have mentioned it here PHP MySQL tutorial fourth video. Already we have uploaded 3 video in our playlist. The one who haven't watched our 3 videos, they can go there and watch that backend development 3 videos because I have explained workflow and what are the basic things in all those videos. So everyone should go there and watch those 3 videos. So today, without wasting of much our time, today we will learn about what is PHP. So you can see here that PHP means personal home page, but now it's called as hypertext processor. The PHP was created by Rasmus in the year 1994. PHP is widely used open source general purpose server side scripting languages. I will tell you what is open source, what is server side scripting languages, and everything all. First, you should know these all things like PHP scripts are executed on the server. Currently the latest stable version is PHP 7.3. So the current version of PHP is 7.3, and you can know and you can see the person here. This is Rasmus. He has only developed the PHP. So everyone will have a doubt that what is this general purpose server side scripting language. What is, first of all, open source means everyone can use the PHP in free. It is open source languages. Okay, so we will see what is scripting languages. What is, you all have must have doubt, so we will come here. So as you can see that I have divided programming languages versus server scripting languages. So programming languages means has all feature needed to develop complete application. Means we can develop our whole application in only one language, like C. We can develop whole thing in C. We can create one application, but in scripting languages mostly used for routine tasks. In this we have to use 2-3 languages to make one complete application. Next point is that in programming languages, this code has to be compiled before it can be executed. Means in any of the programming languages, we first have to compile the program, and then we have to execute. But in scripting languages, it is nothing like that. You can directly execute it. Does not need to be embedded into other languages. I have already told you that any of the programming languages is full in itself, but in scripting languages it's not like that. We have to combine 2-3 languages and we have to move forward. Now we have to come to PHP scripts are executed on the server. This I will show you that how it's possible. As you can see that this is our server side program that we have run our code, and we have to get the output like this because this is only server side output. So we can see here that our site has been displayed on the browser. So this was the server side scripting means this was the server side. So now next is this, what is PHP? So PHP files can contain text, HTML, CSS, JavaScript and PHP code. PHP code is executed on the server and the result is returned to the browser as plain text. PHP file have extension .php. For these all 3 points, I will open my program and I will show you how these 3 points suits that. So first of all, I will open my code. As you can see here, I have opened my code. First point was, and the last point was that it has an index.php. You can see here that customer underscore registration.php was the file extension. I have told you that we have to use PHP. We can use means one program we can use HTML. You can see here HTML, div, class, CSS, JavaScript. You can see, and you can see here PHP code. Means on the same page we have written the PHP code, and then we have seen this attractive and beautiful website has been created. Okay, I will explain you all these things later in our upcoming video to how to make these all sites and how to do. So this was done. Next is that what can PHP do? What does PHP do? PHP can generate dynamic page content. PHP can create, open, read, write, delete and close file on the server. PHP can collect form data. PHP can send and receive cookies. These all things we will see in our upcoming videos, but some of the point like this and this last point we will see in this video only, in that live example. And PHP can be used to control the access. I will show you one by one everything. First we will the first point was that PHP can generate dynamic page content. Means that suppose we visited any Amazon site. Okay, I will visit one Amazon site. Here we can, if we add anything, let me open first. So if a user wants to buy, suppose I want to buy this mixer. Okay, so suppose I have to buy this mixture. I will click on it, and once I will add to cart, then you can see here that it has been automatically added. This was done just in a nanosecond. No need to refresh the pages again and again. So this was that point. The one of the point was that PHP can create, open, read. Yes, these all points we can do it. PHP can collect form data. PHP can collect form data is that we can see in our previous video, one user was there, Rohit, who has been logged to that site for buying any cell phone. So you can see that in our database this Rohit has been added. I will show you. Now you can see that Rohit has been already registered here. So the thing is that Rohit, the data has been collected, so you can know that, so you can understand how important this PHP myadmin is. So it is used to store the data. From here you can edit, copy, and you can delete. See, if I will click on delete button, you can manually delete it, and now no one is there. I will refresh, then no user will be there. See, everything is deleted from here. Okay, so coming to our next point, PHP can be used to control user access. So so PHP language is used to control the user access. Now, why to use PHP? So first point is that PHP is an open source. As I told you earlier that it is an open source. It is widely used and it is free of cost. PHP can be designed to work with HTML and it can be embedded in HTML code. I have shown you that. You can see once again, I will show you that how important this point is. That so we can see that we have written PHP code also, HTML code also, CSS, div, class, all these code are written under single section. So this was our this point. Now next point is that PHP is used by 79% of all websites whose server-side scripting languages we know. I will show you this by live. So we will open our browser and you can see here that I am typing usage of server-side program. Now you can see, I will click here on the first link and you can see. Now you can see here, let me come some down. You can see here that PHP is used by 78.9 of the website whose server-side programming languages we know. So you can know that how important this PHP is. From starting only I am telling that PHP is most widely used programming languages in today's world. Even Facebook, Amazon, these all sites, companies use PHP. Now coming to our next point. Our next point was PHP is a cross-platform. Means suppose we have written some code in our Windows user and we write to execute in our Linux Mac, so it is widely used. So it can execute without any error. And large community documentation. PHP is compatible with all server used today like Apache. So I will tell you what is this Apache. So before executing any program, we have to start these Apache and MySQL XAMPP server. I will later explain you in our upcoming video how to install that XAMPP and what is this Apache and MySQL. These two must be started. Here I have to stop so that it is stopped. That means server has been stopped. Now once we can start, then you can log into our page. So this is the first process. Now coming to our next slide. Why use PHP? Means from that time only I am telling you that we 79% of the companies uses PHP, but which all companies are using. So you can see here that social site like Facebook, blog CMS, WordPress, these all are also written in PHP only. E-commerce site like Prepinsta, OpenCart, Magento, others like Wikipedia, you can believe on Wikipedia, this also works on PHP. Yahoo was one time a very known software engine. So those all languages uses PHP only. So that's it for today, basics knowledge of that PHP. This is enough, this much you all should know, and you should all know these all points like PHP means, what are its stand for. If any languages have any of this standard form, like what does it stand for, all should know, and when it was introduced and to whom it was introduced, these all information a student or any of the learners should have. So that's it for today, guys. Later in our upcoming video we will see more about PHP, how to install that XAMPP and all, we will see one by one. So that's it for today's. So guys, you must have enjoyed our section, so you can like, subscribe and share with your friends. If you have any doubt, you can comment in our comment section. Thank you.